welcome back to Coffee Chats with Mo and Bro, Season 2, Episode 5. I'm Monique and I'm sitting here with my brother Brandon.
Hey guys, good to be back.
We're the founders of Motion Fitness, where we help people through our platform transform their lives for the better. We do this through our one-on-one coaching, nutrition plans, training programs, habit stacking and mindset coaching. I'm going to pass you on to Brandon. He's going to let you know what we have in store for you guys for today's episode on number 5. And yeah, over to you.
Yeah, so this is part of our Debunking Myth series. So these are common questions that we get asked and just things that we want to help kind of clear up the understanding in the fitness industry on, because there's so much noise out there. We just want to make it clear for you guys. So a common kind of question we get asked, and pretty much along the lines of, can you turn fat into muscle? Or what that looks like. People want to focus on going into a bulk to then put on muscle, and we're just going to clarify everything to help you get into the best shape possible as quickly as possible. So that's the plan for today. So talk to me, Monique, what's it like with women and whether they want to lose weight, gain weight, understanding body composition? How have you found with women, but before that, more importantly, your journey? So I nearly went off the rails.
It's not always about them, Brandon. You always forget me.
I don't really care about this.
Yeah,
I want to know
clearly.
about our journey. But anyway, what's
about
been
me?
your journey with understanding your body fat composition, how to
Yeah.
look good? How have you experienced things?
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't understand body fat percentage and composition, everything like that, just because we understand how to work all of that stuff out. So without knowing that, it is hard to understand. But a lot of females, we have a high body fat percentage majority of the time, and it's understanding how we can drop that body fat percentage and then tone up, which, just to clarify, is just another word for building muscle. So you hear a lot of toning up online, but I just want to just remind you all, it is literally just building muscle. There's no difference to it. Just a fancy word, stupid word. But to tone up, and that's what, I haven't really gone through it myself of because I've never really been, too high in body fat percentage. I've never...
Have there been times, though, where you felt like you needed to drop weight?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, and obviously you started lifting weights probably a few years ago.
Yeah, I've been in and out since 14, but not properly.
But you've only been consistent the last few years. I
Yeah.
remember you come from a dancing background and you hated the thought of weights and early on. So I guess tell your viewers how your body changed from the girl that just danced and just wanted that more skinny look to now, and how you feel and how you look, and how does that help?
So when I was dancing, I still had a pretty good shape behind me, but I didn't have the muscle mass behind me, so I wasn't as toned and defined as what I would like to think I am now. And most of it was probably a little bit more of the skinny fat look, and that's only because I wasn't weight training. So weight training is number one if you're wanting to build muscle, and I also really focus on protein now as well, so that also helps with building muscle. So I was very different looks with how I am now, but also back when I was dancing, I wouldn't be able to do the amount of push-ups that I can now, which is really good for just bone health and just mental clarity, everything like that. You want to increase your muscle mass so that you have that structure and that good base behind you, because the older you get, the more likely you are to, you lose muscle the older you get, so you really need to protect that, and that's something that I wasn't doing when I was dancing. So with the switch up that I've done now, still dancing, but mainly focusing on weight training, has been a massive difference for my body, and I prefer the way I look now for sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, so I obviously being a dude, we are normally big on we want to build muscle, and generally when you don't know what you're doing, it's through a dirty bulk. So let's just eat as much as we can, bulk up, put as much muscle on as possible. I did that when I was 20, 21.
What is a dirty bulk? Sorry.
A dirty bulk is just eating whatever the hell you can to put on weight. Okay. Still going to the gym, still lifting heavy, but just you don't give a shit about what type of food you're eating. You're just eating whatever. Mm-hmm. And going back to it, me and my mates, we were always fit and healthy, but we were probably on the skinnier side, as most young dudes generally are if you play a lot of sport. And one day we were like, screw it, we want to get to 100 kilos. And I remember I got close to 102 kilos, and we did it by lifting weights every day, 2-hour sessions. We had all the time in the world. We were just at uni or part-time jobs. That's where all our energy was going. I remember we'd go afterwards to Macca's. It was back when Macca's did a special burger, fries, drink for $5, and then we'd pay an extra $3 for 2 more burgers or whatever. And we were doing that every day.
Yeah.
And we all got to 100 kilos.
I bet you did.
We're like, yes, and we felt strong. But then you look back at photos and it's like, whoa, I look like a freaking Lego fucking blockhead.
Yeah.
It didn't look good. Yes, I had muscle, but yes, I had a lot of fat. It was
Yeah.
just a real blocky, bad look. And that's the proof of, you know, like, you want to have good body fat composition. So you want to have the muscle, but you want to have low body fat.
Yeah.
You don't want to have the muscle and a lot of body fat because it's not a good look.
Yeah.
And it depends what look you're going for, but I know 95% of dudes want that V taper, maybe want some slightly visible abs,
Yeah.
maybe not want to be shredded year round, but you want to look fit and healthy, and you're only going to do that by having a good muscle mass and low body fat.
Yeah.
So that's my experience playing around with like body fat composition.
Yeah.
And go back to you and your girls now.
Original question, the one you're dying to know.
Yes. How have your girls experienced weight training and nutrition? Because I feel some women are a bit scared to lift weights, or they think they're gonna get too bulky.
Yeah.
So what's your experience been with
I
them?
think you hit the nail on the head there with like being bulky. A lot of women think that that's what's going to happen, but getting to a bulky stage is very intentional. You need to have like a plan with nutrition and training that you're following by a coach who knows what they're doing in order to actually get to that, you know, like a more bulky kind of look. So it's very intentional training, and I think it's just letting women know that that's very hard to get to unless you're training for that specific reason. So with my females, I like to just let them know the science behind how important weight training is, and also protein as well. So we want to drop the body fat percentage, increase the muscle mass to get that, again, toned look. And it's just kind of letting them know a bit more about that and the kind of science behind it, and just really focusing on the protein, focusing on the weight training. And that's going to give you, a lot of the girls as well want to go for that hourglass figure. So again, that's dropping your body fat percentage so you can actually see the muscle mass that you're getting by your weight training and the protein, and that's going to give you more of that sculpt and that defined look. So yeah, that's how it works with females, and just letting them know that. Is it probably quite different to males?
Yeah. So like the most common thing for dudes is they might already be quite big and they think they can turn fat into muscle.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it straight, you can't. There's no physiological reason or explanation. There's never been anything proven to say you can turn fat, which is one type of body mass, into muscle, which is another type.
Yeah, it's because you can't.
You can't. It can't be done. So we need to get that way of thinking, boys, out of our minds, because that's not going to happen. So fat mass, if you've seen 1 kilo of fat mass is going to be this much, 1 kilo of muscle mass is going to be this much. So this is why if we're looking at like footy players and that, you can be I'm going to use a league because I played league. League players could be 90 kilos, but look different to the office worker who's 90 kilos.
Yeah.
And it's through the body fat composition. So for dudes, the first thing you want to do if you are overweight is drop your body fat percentage. So, and what I mean by that is we want to ideally get around 15% or at least under 20% body fat as a male. As a female, females are going to be on average 10% higher in body fat. So this is not to confuse you girls.
Thank you.
But for the guys, you want to be under 20% and ideally more 15%, because that's when your testosterone is at its highest. Okay, if you're too fat, your testosterone's too low. And testosterone is the hormone that's going to help you build muscle, but also it makes it harder to put on fat when your testosterone's at its highest limit. So we want to be in a healthy body fat range around 15%. Once you get to that and you've shed a lot of fat, that's when we start focusing on building muscle. So until you get down to around 15%, I don't want to hear turning body fat into muscle. It's not going to work. You've been told a lie, and we want to stay away from that way of thinking, because the reason we're saying this is to speed up your results. So you don't spend hours in the gym just to look mediocre, when we can get you looking better a hell of a lot quicker. So
and that's why we just spit facts just then.
That's why we do what we do, to help people. As usual, we're going to drop our links below, but more importantly, if you want to know more information on this or work with either myself or Monique, we're happy to help you guys on your journey. So either send us a DM through our socials. We've got our website, Motion Fitness Coaching. So it's all there. But that's us done for today, and that is why you cannot turn fat into muscle.
Join us for episode 6 next week because we've got some good stuff up in the works, in the line.
It always gets better and better around here.
It always does. It always does. So cheers, bro. I will cheers you with my big water bottle.
That's the one. Sweet,
Cheers.
man.